Whispers of the Crystal Mirror Lake, Reflections of the Heart. Once upon a time in the village of Miraflor, a young boy named Ethan lived with his grandmother. Ethan was a curious and adventurous boy, always eager to explore the vast woods that surrounded the village. It was on one of his expeditions that he stumbled upon a beautiful, hidden lake. This was not just any ordinary lake, but one with a magical property that could reveal the secrets and desires of those who gazed into its crystal-clear waters. The lake was tucked away in a grove that seemed to be made of silver and gold, the sunlight reflecting off the trees, creating an enchanting atmosphere. The flowers that grew around the lake had a faint, sweet scent that filled the air, and the water seemed to shimmer like precious gems. Ethan stood at the edge of the lake, taking in the breathtaking scene before him. As he looked into the water, he was amazed to see not only his reflection but a series of images playing before his eyes. He saw himself playing with his friends in the village square, his laughter as bright as the sun. He also saw his grandmother, her face lined with wisdom and love, as she told him stories of her youth. Ethan realized that this lake, which he decided to name the Crystal Mirror Lake, could show him the true nature of his heart and the things he cherished most. Word of the Crystal Mirror Lake spread throughout the village, and soon, people began to visit the enchanted spot. Each person who gazed into its depths saw different scenes, reflections of their own lives, loves, and desires. Some saw the moment they met their true love, while others saw themselves as successful artists or musicians, their dreams brought to life before their very eyes. A man named Mr. Holloway, the village blacksmith, decided to venture to the lake, driven by a deep longing he had kept hidden for years. As he peered into the water, he saw himself forging a masterpiece, a sword so beautiful and strong that it would be coveted by kings and warriors. With tears in his eyes, Mr. Holloway felt a renewed sense of purpose and determination. He returned to his forge, his heart alight with the fire of inspiration, and began to work on his masterpiece. As the villagers continued to visit the Crystal Mirror Lake, the once small settlement of Miraflor began to prosper. People found new direction and inspiration in their lives, their desires and dreams taking shape before them. The village transformed into a thriving, bustling community. However, the magic of the lake came with a price. One day, a young girl named Alara approached the lake, her heart filled with jealousy and bitterness. As she gazed into the water, the lake revealed the dark corners of her soul, showing her the twisted paths her envy had taken her down. The once beautiful reflection turned into a terrifying image of her true self, and Alara was horrified by what she saw. Word spread of Alara's experience, and the villagers began to grow wary of the Crystal Mirror Lake. While it had once been a source of inspiration and happiness, the knowledge of the darkness it could reveal made them fearful. The lake was no longer a place of enchantment, but of fear and trepidation. Ethan, saddened by the transformation of his beloved lake, decided to seek out the ancient wise woman who lived at the edge of the village. He hoped she would have a solution to restore the magic of the Crystal Mirror Lake. The wise woman listened intently to Ethan's story and then spoke, her voice soft but firm. The crystal mirror lake is a reflection of the hearts of those who gaze into its waters. The darkness revealed in Alara was not the fault of the lake, but a manifestation of her own bitter heart. The lake has the power to inspire and heal, but it can also expose the darkness within. To restore the magic of the lake, the people of Miraflor must first learn to accept and embrace the whole of their hearts, both the light and the dark. With the wise woman's words in mind, Ethan returned to the village and shared her message. The villagers, upon reflection, realized the truth in her words. They began to understand that the lake was not to blame for the darkness it revealed, but it merely exposed the truth they needed to face. People gradually returned to the crystal mirror lake, embracing its magic once more. They gazed into its waters, accepting not only the dreams and desires of their hearts but also the hidden fears and insecurities that lay within. By acknowledging and facing their own darkness, they found the strength to grow and change, healing their hearts and transforming their lives. As the people of Miraflor continued to visit the crystal mirror lake, they learned to appreciate the beauty in both the light and dark aspects of their hearts. They understood that true growth came from accepting all parts of themselves, and this acceptance brought a sense of harmony and balance to their lives. The village of Miraflor thrived once more, and the crystal mirror lake regained its magical enchantment. It became a place where dreams were born, and people found the courage to pursue them. The lake stood as a testament to the resilience and strength of the human spirit, a reminder that both light and dark have a place in our hearts and lives. And so, the people of Miraflor learned that the magic of the crystal mirror lake was not just in its waters, but in the power of acceptance and understanding. The lake, with its unique ability to reflect the true nature of those who gazed into it, became a beacon of hope and inspiration, a place where dreams and desires could take flight, and where the villagers could learn to love and accept themselves, darkness and all. And Ethan, the curious young boy who first discovered the lake, grew into a wise and compassionate leader, forever grateful for the life-changing lessons the crystal mirror lake had taught him.